Good evening. Good evening. Is it evening yet? Yes, it is evening where I am. And I wanted to get on YouTube and make a video um, to sprinkle, to talk about something that's going on somewhere on a whole different continent. And if you guys are unaware, um, a 22-year-old by the name of Mahasa Amani was beaten and killed for not wearing a hijab. And I say take them off. It's too hot anyway. It's it's downing your beauty, your hair, and how you look because men are insecure and can't control themselves. So take them off, baby. This if you ain't wrapping your hair off to sleep in, take it off. It's a way to control women. And I'm wearing my sunglasses because these lights are so bright. But I definitely feel that women should not be wearing these if they don't want to. It should be your choice. It should not be. You should not be arrested by the morality police in any part of the world for not covering your head. If it ain't raining, okay. So a lot of people are against wearing these, and I'm not attacking any religion or anything. I'm just attacking the insecurities of men and their need to control women. So if that is part of a culture that you're in, I'm sorry. It should not be anymore. It should not you should not have to wear something that you are uncomfortable wearing. Okay. I was in a restaurant yesterday and I noticed a group of ladies, or actually they were teenagers, wearing hijabs and they were with some male counterparts and of the same age. I'm thinking either they're their brothers or their cousins, because in some cultures you aren't allowed to go out of the house unless you're accompanied by a man. And the way that these men were rough housing and handling these young ladies who were wearing the hijabs was like literally physical abuse. They were pushing them, manhandling them. One guy pushed one of them in the restroom like really hard and was like slapping them in the face. I literally got up and looked over there and gave him the dirtiest, this most disgusting SheRaSeven look I could muster up. And that's when he sat down and shut it up because he already knew that he didn't want to bring any more attention to himself. So I'm saying if you are in a situation where you're being forced to be um, somewhere, or if you're being forced to wear something that you're uncomfortable with, it's okay to be brave and take that crap off and say that I'm not going to do that anymore and do what you got to do, baby. So, yes, this I just washed my hair, but what I'm saying is a lot of times. Let me take these off so I can read some of y'all comments. A lot of times people are afraid that they'll lose their support or their family or be disowned. Let me tell y'all something. I would rather be disowned than be in a family that allows that kind of crap to happen to me. Okay. I would rather be like one of those ladies who left their whole family and culture and threw the hijab in a trash can and became a stripper or a porn star. I would rather be that than be controlled. Okay. And I know a lot of women are doing that now. They're leaving out of certain cultures and religions to be free, because in this day and age, you cannot be controlled by a man, because all that is showing and highlighting the male insecurity. And let's just face it, if men are that insecure about a woman showing their hair in public, then we have a bigger problem than a woman showing her hair in public. Okay. Y'all, there are a lot of women who left a lot of parts of these cultures, a lot of these countries, a lot of these religions, and just became their real selves, I'll say. Okay. Who knows what a lot of these women could accomplish and become if they were not, held down, mistreated, abused, told that they were a second class citizen, not able to do certain things, not having their equal rights. I think a lot of people are afraid that once, women in all parts of the world get their equal rights, that literally women would definitely 100 million% take over because we're better at everything. And I'm not saying that because I'm saying women are better. I'm just saying we just naturally are because we're natural multitaskers. And men, yes, they have their strengths. They're strong physically. And I feel that once women are able to be free from oppression all over the world, they're going to learn their value way more. And it's going to be almost like a whole female, revolution of advancement. And it's going to be extreme. And so a lot of women know this, and that's why they're brave and burning the hijabs and cutting their hairs off, and walking around, with short hair with no hijab on, because they're saying enough is enough. If y'all can't control yourselves, if y'all insecure, that's not on us, baby. So literally, if you go back into the history on certain parts of the world, the women had long hair, skimpy outfits, adorned, and jewels and stuff. Like, they weren't walking around covered up. That was their power. Women's power is in their mental and in their beauty. And if you combine both, if you have both, it's a wrap. Okay? You said it's a form of hell to be controlled. Exactly. If you have to control your women by laws, beating them and killing them, you're not controlling them. They're controlling you, because you have to set up laws. You have to set up precautions. You have to have morality police. You got to be a snitch. You got to be looking left and right, make sure that lady ain't showing an ankle or a hair. Women are controlling y'all, and y'all don't even realize. Y'all are so controlled by women that if y'all see an ankle, a knuckle, or a baby hair, y'all go crazy. Okay? No. Enough. I say remove the hijab and put on your crown, baby. Be who you are supposed to be and stop letting them tell you who you are. That's what I would be doing. And I'm so glad they're starting, because I made a video like years ago saying that when women all over the world wake up and start fighting back and not taking that crap anymore, it's a wrap. And it's getting to that. And I've mentioned, like, a lot of times, like, a lot of these ladies that are oppressed by men, especially in some cultures, they're not even straight anyway. They don't want them. Because how could you want someone who abuses you, misuses you, mistreats you, sees you as less than? And a lot of those men, they're not even straight either. Most of them bisexual or in the closet and have to go somewhere else to, be with a man. Why? Because in some cultures, a woman is supposed to be submissive to a man. So there's no thrill of the chase. If your culture or your religion tells you that your woman is, must obey you and you can't, and this and that, then where is the challenge? Where is the chase? Okay. So a lot of these dudes are out here chasing men because men are able to resist. Men are able to tell another man no. Men are able to walk the streets equally. So that becomes a turn on. Like, oh, okay, something I can't challenge. Men like competition. Men like challenge. If your woman is no challenge, then you're going to end up looking at another man. And nothing against gay men, but I'm just saying, if y'all's culture was correct, even being gay is outlawed in that part of the world and in some countries and in some cultures. Y'all just be yourselves if that was the case. Y'all wouldn't have to hide it. Okay. And so a lot of people say, oh, well, we don't want to end up like America and y'all's backwards ways, but at least we are, quote unquote, free to be backwards and forwards, upside down, inside out, and sideways. Better to be free than in a closet under a hijab, being oppressed and secretly in the closet. Okay, so y'all need to stop all of that. Oh, divine goddess, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Shira. I just ordered your phase 5 elixir. I have noticed that people don't like me anymore after leveling up. Ask me how I did it. I feel better. I look better. I feel great. You smell great. Your partner doesn't like my level up. Oh my gosh, I really. Girl, if they can't control you or oppress you, they don't want nothing to do. That just means your power is starting to show. Is starting to show is they're too much. You're too much for them now. Okay. And when women become too much for their own culture, their own men, their own oppression, then they break free. And when they break free, they don't ever go. Okay. Ever. They don't ever go back. Ever, ever. Okay, y'all want the elixirs? They're on my Etsy store, and they are just minerals, and they are a gold, platinum. There's a lot of stuff in there that helps awaken you on levels, mental levels, physical levels, and things like that that you have probably not awoken to. And it kind of helps you with your level up a lot. It gets you out of your own way. So I definitely recommend those. I'm trying to find the link for y'all. Here they are. Start with phase 1. They come with directions. And yeah. If you go to my community section on YouTube, you'll see a lot of the coupon codes and things like that for the elixirs and the ads. Okay. You said hijab equals rights, no money, getting killed because they want education. I would never wear one of those, even if I lived in that culture. I would shave my head too, child. But luckily, I don't live where I have to do all of that. But kudos to those women who are brave enough. Especially, okay, she was only 22. Okay, her name was Mahasa Amani, and she was only 22. And when how you feel when you're 22, you're your most beautiful, you're most, you're feeling yourself like you all of that. I don't even think it was all the way off her head. I'm not sure, but perhaps it wasn't on correctly, or she was showing some of her hair. But I don't think it's anybody's right to take another person's life because they did not cover their hair. You know what I'm saying? A morality cop arrested her and beat her in the back of the police car. And when they brought her to the courtroom, she passed out and died from being beat because she wasn't wearing her hijab. Okay. So, 22. And so there are women all over the internet, and also, a lot of the Indian ladies are also, supporting, as well as women all over the world, and also women who are forced to wear hijab are cutting their hair and burning the hijab or throwing them in the garbage because they want to have equal autonomy rights, which means if I have short hair and no hair to show, then I don't need to be wearing no hijab. So they're cutting their hair so I don't have to wear it and walking around with no hair, because it's kind of like it backfired. Like the morality police said you can't walk around with no hair covering. And it backfired because it actually went viral when she died from being beaten. And now all the women are walking around with no hair and no hijab. So I definitely feel that a lot of women don't need to do that if they don't feel comfortable with it. For one thing, nobody's telling me what to do, especially no man. Okay. And I feel like if a man tries to enforce something upon you and you are not comfortable with it, and especially if it's the law in a certain culture and you are not comfortable with it, I would do everything I can to leave out of that place and go to where I would be comfortable. Okay. Oh, yes. She said, I wasn't born to live for a culture. Exactly. When you're born, look, think about this. You're being, you're born, you don't know that you're going to be born into a place where you're going to be oppressed. but you fight against it and you do what's right until you feel like, you're where you're supposed to be and where you want to be. You don't wake up and accept the crap that doesn't make sense. Because like, and I'm not attacking any religion, because even in the Bible, it says, slaves, obey your masters. And there are a lot of people that are still, religious to this day, and but they skip over certain parts, or they don't believe in certain parts of their religion, or they don't take them literally anymore. And so that's all I can say. I don't really feel that doing something so stupid as not wearing a hair covering should get you murdered. hmm Especially a 22-year-old woman who's minding her own business. Right. Um, you said, well, like I said, I'm not attacking any particular religion. I'm just saying, if your culture or your religion oppresses you, why are you still there? That's it. I'm not I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying, if it's oppressive and offensive and controlling, why be there? Okay. But if it's y'all threw this makeup on real quick. I was sitting on the couch looking like a hot mess and like, who did it and why. And I was scrolling on my Instagram, and I'm like, I came across the story, and then my daughter knew about it and she told me about it. And I was like, oh no. I remember about a year ago, I said, once these ladies in the Middle East wake up and know their value, it's a wrap. And that's what is happening. And I'm so happy that women continue to know their worth and their value, and they don't settle. Because you can settle with a man, you can settle with life, you can settle with what you have, or you can go and figure out your value and make your own way, or create the life that you want, or change the things that you don't like. It's very possible. It just takes bravery, courage, and you know, they're doing it for their future daughters as well. Can you imagine being in a culture where you're afraid for your daughter's life? She might not come home because she didn't have her hair covering on correctly. No. And I would be disgusted to be part of any family or culture that would disown me for wanting to be happy. I would stick the middle fingers up twice and be like, I'm out. Okay? Because that's not family, that's control. That's right. You said you were the rebellious type. I am the rebellious type, and I would. Yeah, if I was a woman, I would. If I was over there, I'd be gathering dirt on everybody. I'm like gathering my dirt, gathering my salmonella. Act up if you want to. Okay, women in those type of cultures that are oppressed, y'all need to gather dirt, evidence, and salmonella juice. Okay, I'm just telling y'all. Mix it into that salad dressing. Mix it up in that mayonnaise or whatever y'all be eating over there. I don't know. Put it in their coffee. I don't know. They tea, whatever. I'm not gonna stand for it. You gon' you I have to suffer, you gotta suffer. I'm not about that life. I'm literally not going to allow some person. I mean, when I saw this yesterday at the restaurant, I told you guys I saw a guy roughhousing a lady, and she had on a hijab. I was about to go slap him, but I had my key with me. I'm not trying to catch no case. But y'all need to do better, guys. Y'all really need to do better. Y'all looking like y'all got little PPs out here, insecure, can't control nothing but the woman. Go control something else. Go control some money. Go control, something. Some other men. I don't know. But y'all looking real little up in here, okay? You said you're Muslim and hijab is not supposed to be forced. It's just encouraged, but men always try to control women using religion. Well, that's unfortunate. Thank you for the donation, by the way. But that's very unfortunate. Like, it shouldn't even be, honestly, uh, it shouldn't even be an option anymore. It should just die out with the old school, like literally. That needs to die out with the old school because it's not serving people. It's confusing too many men thinking they got some power they don't. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like it should go. It should die out with the older crowd and allow the new generations to wear what they want. I mean, if religion is freedom, if religion is supposed to make life better, why isn't making it life? Why is it making life worse and confusing people? And falling into the wrong hands with the wrong mindset is dangerous. That's why it shouldn't. It should just die out with the old school. Hmm. But honestly, like I wear wigs, right? I don't show my real hair in public unless I'm not wearing a wig, right? So what is the difference? The difference is it's a choice, and a woman can snatch her wig off at any time and not get arrested. Okay, that's the difference. Or get beat, or pushed around, or shoved around. A woman can talk back and smack to a man without getting slapped and punched in the face, without legal repercussions. You know what I'm saying? Being an issue. So yeah, I definitely feel that a lot of these men are getting too comfortable, and their comfort should be pulled. If you watch my channel and you're in a situation that you are feeling oppressed in, you need to flex your power as a woman. Okay, you might not be able to do it publicly, but you sure can do it in your kitchen. Okay, all right. And I don't know how these men have the audacity to abuse women and then eat the food they cook. I just don't know how they do that. Because I don't know, like for real. And I don't know how women cook food for a man who just beat them up and not put nothing in it to disturb their peace. Let me see if I grits. You said they have cooks and maids. I don't care. I give the maids and cooks some extra new formula, new recipe. All right. I'm just saying, there's a will, there's a way. But not to get off the subject, but a lot of people realize that women are very powerful. We can get what we want by a look, by a gesture, by removing an article of clothing. And it makes men insecure. You know, we can get favor from how we look and how we smell and how we make men react to us. It's a power. It's a divine power. I would say that because it works. It works on children, men, women, gay, straight, everybody. Okay, animals. If you look, you got that extra, power about you. You can tame animals. And once that energy is, once the world knows how powerful women are, you can't really control them anymore. And that's what they fear. That's why a lot of people want to control women because if they learn to, you know, um, accept themselves as a, spectacular, powerful, divine person, they pretty much are going to be able to do whatever they want. And that's a lot of the things that I teach on this channel. Have your confidence. Don't let nobody pull the okey doke over you. You know, there's all these stupid scams going around, people calling your phone, trying to do stuff to you. Don't even answer if they're not in your contacts or have your cash app to donate. Okay. Like, don't even bother with men who can't do anything for you. If they're trying to oppress you, if they're wasting your time, that's the same thing. Okay. Move on. Don't allow men to think that they have some type of control over you. There are these men out there who won't give you a compliment, who treat you like trash because they don't think they have a chance with you. So they have to create some type of dilemma or drama to give you some type of, insecurity so that you can stoop down to their level. Don't even bother with that. That's trash, and you should be moving forward. Hmm. And no one is attacking religion in here. It's the men. You don't see women. You don't see women oppressing other women of the same religion. You know, well, at least not as extreme. So it's not about the religion. It's about the men in the religion. Because if you get a whole room full of women of the same religion, they're not going to take you into the police for wearing your hijab halfway down or not at all. They're not going to tell on you because of the religion. It's because of the power struggle of between men and women. And a lot of times people will blame the religion for something, but it's really the insecurity of the man. Just like in the Bible, there's parts about slavery in the Bible, but people, they can't use that to enforce slavery anymore because people stood up. They can't use it to brainwash you to be a slave anymore because people don't believe that part of it. So it has nothing to do with the religion. It has something to do with the morality of the person who is enforcing whatever part of a culture or religion or a law. It doesn't even have to be religion. It could be just law. That doesn't make sense. Okay. The laws in America were changed a long time ago for women's rights and, against slavery and all that kind of stuff. Laws were changed because they didn't make sense anymore. Times are changing. You have to evolve with the time. And a lot of people keep staying stuck where it doesn't serve anymore. Okay. If your only strength is religion, then you have no strength, especially as a man. If your strength ain't in your bank account and in your confident level, if you're not confident as a man enough to let your woman walk around with nothing on her head, then you ain't no man. Get out the way. Let a real man come through. That's all I'm saying. If you don't think you can control yourself out in public, if you see an ankle, then that's your problem. Go practice self-control. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not bothered by any religion. What I'm bothered by are insecure men. Because there are men with no religion or different religion who still try to, enforce certain things or oppress women in a certain way, whether it be culturally or just because they feel like it. It doesn't matter. If you're insecure as a man, it's gonna show. If you start oppressing women, your insecurity, you might as well get a flag that says I'm insecure and wave it if you try to oppress a woman. Period. You might as well get your whole, community together who feel the same way and have them wave a flag together saying, all us are insecure as men because we can't control our women. Da, 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 da." They all need to just get a flag and admit it and surrender. Because you don't see women going around enforcing laws over men. You don't see women going around trying to control a man's body. You don't see women going around trying to make laws so men can't do A, B, C, and D because we are not threatened by y'all. We aren't even though women are smaller in stature than men, how come we don't feel y'all as a threat in such a way where we have to control y'all through every means besides y'all's money? We don't try to control the laws that revolve around your existence of being free to thrive as you should. In fact, many women fought for your rights to be free and thrive as you should as a human being. So I don't see why a lot of people will support you know, quote unquote morality police and wearing something that makes zero sense to this day. I don't see why people will continue, and it's where it doesn't fit anymore. I do applaud those women who are standing up and doing what they have to do, cutting their hair, removing the hijab, and being free, because that's what it's going to take before you know back and over here in different parts of the world they have what they call cancel culture. If you cancel this culture or that aspect of it, it's canceled. All you got to do is stand up and cancel it online. All you got to do, because this is what the power of the internet is for. Remove the hijab, burn it, throw it in the trash if you don't agree with it. If you do agree with it, then wear it with pride. I don't care. But cancel culture works with culture as well. It works with people online. It works with this. It works with that. It works with companies. It works with brands. It works with everything. If you take the power that you've been given with the tools that you've been given, you can change a lot of stuff quickly and make the world a better place for your daughters. You know what I'm saying? You make the world a better place for your daughters to be free without oppression, without feeling like they have to wear something because they're going to go to hell if they don't, or wherever y'all go. If you don't wear the thing on your head, I don't know. But what I'm saying is, like, I'm not an expert on religion. I never said I was. I don't want to be. But let me tell you, I don't want my child walking around. I would not want my child walking around in fear of going to somewhere for not wearing it on their head. Okay? Because they're going to come home and ask the question, how come everybody else in the world don't have to wear that but me? Because you're being oppressed. I'm sorry. No. I'm gonna say, baby, you don't have to wear it if you don't want to. In fact, throw it in the trash if you don't like it. Bye. Because I won't be wearing it. I wouldn't be wearing it if I was, in that culture. I would move, shave my head too, if I was in that culture. I'm not getting ready to do none of that. Okay. You said the men have money there. Yeah, but that's all they got. How can you be that rich and still insecure? Those men have money flying in hookers and stuff, going to different countries, sleeping with them who don't wear hijab. I don't even know how to say it because I don't want to even exist. I don't even want it to exist. But y'all's men's over there cheating with women that don't wear crap on their head. Unless it's a wig. They might have on a wig. You know what I'm saying? But they are cheating. They in everybody inbox talking about you pretty lady. How many of y'all wake up with an inbox full? All right, then it's not that they want you to wear it, it's to want to control you, because as soon as they have a chance, they in somebody's inbox whose hair is all over the place in public. So just like a Dusty will say, oh, I don't want you wearing makeup and hair and all this stuff. But as soon as you turn around, they in somebody's inbox with weave, wigs, and cake face. It's the same thing. So I'm not targeting anybody. I'm targeting men who are insecure, but will turn around and do the opposite of what they preach. Okay? It's not about a religion. It's not about that. It's about men wanting to control you. So just leave the religious part out of it. I can't help it that it's connected to a culture and a religion. But what we can help is to see the insecurity of men behind the scenes. So leave the religious part out of it. If you like wearing it, wear it all day. But if you feel like you're being oppressed, then take it off. I would never allow anything to make me do anything I didn't want to do. I was like, you know what? I'm not going nowhere with you. I ain't sleeping with you. I ain't doing nothing with you. I ain't cooking your food. I ain't touching you. If you make me do something I don't want to do. But I got all this dirt on you. And I got this bottle of salmonella juice. Mess with me if you want. So, that's how I feel about it. Like, I don't feel like a lot of people will stand up for themselves unless they feel empowered to by other women. So that's why I got on here and made the video. I might be politically incorrect to the thousandth degree, but it is how I feel, and I do have the freedom of speech, and I'm going to use it. How can I make it look like you have your life together and you stay at home girlfriend, freestyling men? You just do something that you like to do, and don't worry about what other people look at you like. Like, honestly, you have it together if you have something to do, keep yourself busy and staying productive. You know, so do something productive. That's what I always say. It could be a hobby or whatever. As long as it is improving you, then you look like you have it together. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you for the donation. Um, what if the man's father? What if the man is father and I can't leave because I need the money? Honestly, I'm gonna put these on because these lights are super bright. Honestly, if they use the money to oppress you, there are plenty of men who are not in that culture, who are not of that culture, who have money too. They got the internet. You can meet them. You know what I'm saying? There are jobs that you can get your own money from. Um, there are men who are willing to give you money who don't care if you wear something or not. Just like there are men who are, able to do for you if another man isn't, you know. So it depends on how bad you want to be free. It's just like when a woman asks me, like, what if I live with my parents, or if I live with a dusty and they're not doing their part? Go get another one who can, who don't care about controlling you. You know. Yeah, I'm not criticizing a religion. I'm talking about the men who are insecure. It has nothing to do with religion, okay? Because there are plenty of people of certain religions who don't wear that or choose not to wear it. It shouldn't be enforced, okay? Imagine if you were part of a religion that said slaves obey your masters, and people were still enforcing that to this day. A lot of times, stuff has to change and things have to evolve, and the old ways have to die out with the older generations. Okay. So if we go literally by everything in our religion, we wouldn't be able to do anything. We'd be stuck in our house twiddling our thumbs, talking about nothing. Okay. If, so if you're able to take bits and pieces of your religion and, you know, peruse over the parts you don't agree with, then do you really follow that religion? Probably not. It's like you pick and choose. But honestly, if there is a piece of religion or a part of religion that allows men to control women, they're going to try to enforce that even more, when in fact it could have all been metaphor. So what I'm saying is, if you're creating ways to control women and enforcing it through brainwashing them through religion, then maybe that needs to die out with the older generations and allow women to, be who and what they want to be, wear what they want to wear. What kind of man, what type of man wants to control all of that? An insecure one. Oh, Black Barbie. You went on a date with a 44-year-old, got into a car accident, asked him to help pay. Did I scare him? Girl, where's your insurance? Sprinkle, sprinkle. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, most people expect you to have car insurance. You could have said, you had to take time off work and couldn't go anywhere, or you needed, something extra. But I don't know, because insurance needs, or should be met by your insurance company. So I think that might have scared him. So that's why you should have said it was for something else. Sorry, but thank you for the donation, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna read some of y'all's questions. All right. If you're for wearing a head cover, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be. I'm just saying that you shouldn't be beat up and killed in the back of a police car for not wanting to wear it. Okay. Um, so you can wear it if you want to, but what I'm saying is I'm the type of person that wouldn't do anything that I don't want to do. I'm not wearing it if I don't want to wear it. Period. It should be optional. You know what I'm saying? And if it is not optional, and if your daughter may not make it home because she didn't want to wear something on her head, that's stupid. Okay. I'm just saying, if life is lost over a piece of fabric, something is wrong with that. That's all I'm saying. If I'm okay, listen, y'all. If I'm safe this way, if I'm safe this way and not this way, because of the insecurity of actually, I kind of look better with it. Shoot, hold on. I look good either way, but still, I should have options. If I'm only safe this way, then I'm not safe. Period. Okay? Think about it. If I'm only safe one way, then I'm not safe anyway, because that means I don't have options. I should be safe either way. I should be able to return home to my mama either way. Ike Turner said, I guess. Okay, Ike. You can't wait to play this video in the car tomorrow in front of your boyfriend. Good for you. Let him know. If you got little pee-pee syndrome, get it out in the open now. Shoot. All right. And y'all don't have to argue about religion. It's about the insecurities of men and how they want to wield it over women. Okay. In every religion, in most religions, there's a control issue between men and women. And a woman never tried to control a man. It's always the man trying to control the woman. Why? Because he can't. He might try, he might do something for a little while, but eventually it's not gonna stick. It never will. I mean, how can you control something you came out of? You can't. You can't control something that created you and you came out of. That's just not gonna happen. That's why a lot of religions change the whole creation story, because they don't want to even give women their due diligence for creating their butts. Okay? You can't control something you came out of, baby. It just don't work that way. And it won't work for long. Women are waking up. They're not taking it anymore. They're removing all the obstacles that you've put in their path to try to control them. And it's just not going to be bothered anymore. The best thing y'all can do is just get y'all money, make sure we happy, and live your life. Okay? That's the best thing y'all can do. That is the best thing men can do. Get y'all money, use it to make us happy, and your life will be good as well. Okay? Y'all like my new fall decoration? Dark Horse Sprinkle Sprinkle, appreciate you. See, you gave me some earlier too. Thank you. I see both of them. Now, like I said, all men who try to oppress women, not just of any culture or religion. This is just one example of how insecurity has taken its toll on women. And men's insecurity has taken its toll on women all around the world. And I think when men can finally make women happy and not feel insecure about themselves or feel like they have to control them in some sort of way, I think everybody will be fine. But until then, we're not taking a lot of stuff that we used to take on a global scale. If I say I do hair and makeup as a hobby, he may think I can own my own. I can make it on my own while freestyling shit out. Um, I would say another type of hobby. Just say art. Makeup and hair is art. Okay, just say art. Make yourself sound more mysterious. Tell them what the art is later on. Later. Just say I'm more into the arts, painting. You know, that's they say when you do your makeup, you paint. You use brushes. Same thing. Um, men have to say how. Wait, men have no say on how we dress outside. Well, men should not have a say on how you dress anywhere. That's my thing. If a men should not tell you you can't dress a certain way no matter where, unless they own a restaurant or someplace and they have a specific dress code where everyone has a specific thing that they must wear in order to enter it. That's great. That's any time, any place, unless um, there's a dress code. Now, if there's a dress code at the mosque, then great, fine. I won't be going if I can't wear what I want. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I go to mosque on TV. You know what I'm saying? You know how they have church on TV? No, they got mosque TV. Anyway, oh, heartburn, hippie, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thanks for becoming a member. I'm going to TV mosque where I can wear whatever I want. All right. They ain't gonna get no tithes and offerings. I don't know if they do that there, but they ain't getting no donations. Um, you say you dress too scandalous for any religion. Exactly. Q- QWQ sprinkle sprinkle. Appreciate you. So yeah, I feel like if you don't feel free, happy, and secure with your life because of certain things holding you back, then change it. I don't like how all these different places like try to oppress women when they know when like honestly when you oppress women, it's not going to end good for you ever. Don't let a whole culture's downfall or a whole religion's downfall or a whole era downfall be because y'all mistreated women. Don't make that your legacy. I think people should do what's right. Don't make that y'all legacy. Don't be like, oh, them women took over. Land of the goddess. Don't let that be y'all's legacy because that's what it's coming to. Especially if women are outnumbering men now, knowing their true power, not falling for the okey doke anymore. I mean, don't let that be y'all's downfall because y'all was insecure. Y'all's own insecurity took y'all out. That's terrible. The best, like if y'all read books and stuff, like the best way to make sure your downfall is not through, whoever you're oppressing, is not to oppress them anymore. Okay? Let that be known. It started with fear of women, it will end because of spiritual evolution. Exactly. Yeah, it's that simple. Don't make women your enemy because it won't end well. That's it. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Ask any man who done made women his enemy. Okay. Just go ask any man who ever had a enemy as a woman. Their life won't be too good, I'm telling you. All right. Y'all are so silly. Mhm. You said don't start now, won't be none. You said, "Is he my enemy?" I don't think men are the enemies of I don't think men are the enemy at all because if they were, we would be on the defense or the offense or whatever, but we're not. But they are. See the difference? Thank you. So, somebody's Black Barbie, he said you're out of his league, then blocked you. Girl, he couldn't afford you, baby. He thought he was getting something for he thought he was gonna get him a drive-through chick, baby. Or he take you to the drive-through and you order. You dodged one. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh, pretty pancake, sprinkle, sprinkle. Appreciate you. I would, like never take offense if a man tells you you're too much for him and leaves because he's not wasting your time. And time you can't get back. Time is precious and valuable. So accept that he can't afford you and both of y'all move on. That's just the best thing y'all could do. Don't be mad. Don't wonder why. Don't wonder he can't afford you. Move on. That's it. All right. Um, don't ask no questions. He told you he broke and accept it. Move on. He said he gonna come back when he get his. Hopefully he when he get his money up. Yes, but if he can't afford you, why waste your time? Just let it be. That would be like you going to look for a nice vehicle that was out of your price range, and maybe you were just trying to manifest and get the feel for it, and the car dealership kept calling you, trying to tell you to come in and put a down payment or see if we could work with your credit score and da 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 da, da and they just keep harassing you. No, you're not ready for that yet. So wait till don't be offended. The car dealership is not going to be offended that you don't call them back or that you don't email them back. They're not ready. You're just not ready. And that's the same thing as a man. If a man can't afford you or they're not ready to give you what you want in the relationship, they're not ready. So just let them be. And I think that's also just like what's happening like in the world. If a man is not ready to I wouldn't even say submit, but just to let a woman be and not press her in any sort of, they're not ready to see the full potential and power that a woman can have and wield, and they're not ready to improve themselves in order to stay with stay how they feel dominant. If they can't do any better with themselves, they're going to try to hold down women because they are afraid they're going to be surpassed, which they probably will. And so that's where the fear is. Oh, Black Barbie, sprinkle, sprinkle. He will be back, and he'll be back. Okay, well, if he's back, then make sure he got some money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh, the great goddess, sprinkle, sprinkle. I appreciate you, girl. Uh-oh, heart burn hippie, sprinkle, sprinkle. You've been listening for 6 months, finally dodged your dusty of 1 year this week. Feeling fine. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Appreciate that. Well, good for you. Like, women should not settle and have the life that they don't want, if they feel like they should have options. Like I always say, keep your options open. It's very nice to have options. Even if you don't accept those options or take those options, they're there. Just like if you have the option to wear or not to wear a head covering in certain cultures, you have the option and they should be there. You should always have free will and options. Um, Free will and options. If you don't have that in your relationship, in your culture, in your religion, then you are being controlled. So if you don't have the option, then ask yourself, why don't I have these options? What is the problem? Why am I too much to handle? Why is, you know, why is my hair a problem? That's my question. Like, you know, is it too beautiful to be seen? You can't control yourself around me because my hair look good? I don't know. That's what I'm gonna think. Like, if y'all aren't arrogant, if y'all who have to wear head coverings aren't arrogant by now because they make you cover yourself up because you look too good, then you should be. Because I know I would be. I'm like, oh, I look so good. I gotta wear this thing on my head. But guess what? I'm getting ready to take it off because I'm not gonna waste my beauty. I'm not wasting it. I'm gonna take it off. Everybody gonna see it. And on my birthday, I'm wearing this. I'ma see it. You gonna see it. They gonna see it. That's what it's for. You know, you look up in the night sky, it's stars, beautiful twinkling stars. It's beautiful. Now cover it up because I'm insecure and I don't want y'all looking at the sky. You need to be looking right here. That's what it sounds like. Oh, cover it up because I don't want anybody looking at you and coveting you. Cover the sky. Okay. And since we had to wear masks throughout, the pandemic, we learned real quick what it feels like to be covered in our face, you know. As soon as those masks were optional, people threw them things away. Throw them out, you know. What do you think about Queen Elizabeth passing and royalty failing? I never saw them as royals. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Sorry. I'm not from that country. They are like, and also I never see people as royal. I don't see royalty. I see people that have held on to a tradition that has passed its due date, and that's pretty much all that I see. And I don't have anything against anyone. I just see that it's a tradition that has been kept up long past its due date, and I don't see royalty. Like, I would not say they're royal, in my opinion. I would just say that they're people who are connected to a lineage of people who held on to a concept that is outdated. That's it. So, okay. There you go. You said a bloodline. Well, everybody has bloodlines and they can connect dots these days. So you could be royal if you did your ancestry test. You might be royal too, girl. Okay. I might be a royal. We don't know. But either way, by now everybody's a royal. So I don't see it as something to hoop and holler over. Like the money is good. Like, everybody respect that. But to be a part of something and with a legacy and a history that may not be something that you would want to embrace today, like I said, a lot of stuff needs to die out with the older generations. That's all. I actually do come from royal line, actually a princess. I never tell people though, kind of feel self-conscious about it and make people would judge me. You know, sprinkle, sprinkle, queen glow, sprinkle, sprinkle. That's cool. And the same way that you don't tell people because you're self-conscious, people could actually lie and tell people they're royal too, with who have the opposite problem, who just want to be seen as royal. So to me, not saying that you're a royal, you have a bloodline, is the same reason a person who is not royal would say that they are royal and have a bloodline. So either way, it's up to the individual, but eventually it's all the bloodlines are going to connect anyway. So everyone's going to end up being a royal, 1 millionth, 1/20th royal. Unless you have a cutoff of what percentage makes you a royal. Hmm. So you said we should all act like we are royal. Honestly, I feel like acting like you're royal, a lot of times you have to have a sort of image to uphold. You have to stay politically neutral and all this kind of stuff. You can't speak what's really on your mind. I would not want to be a quote unquote that type of royal because I like my freedom of speech. I like to say what I want. I like to wear what I want. I like to call people dusty. I like to do all these things that I would not be able to do as a royal. And to me, there's nothing worth that. Nothing. There you go. Um, I would rather be able to say all types of bad things when I felt like it. I would rather be able to do whatever I wanted, be who I wanted, wear what I wanted, before I would rather be imprisoned by the title of royalty. There you go. That's how I feel. You said the code of conduct. Well, if I were in charge, I would change the code of conduct. Be who you are. And if you don't like it, I'm the queen and it don't matter. Okay, there you go. That would be me. Okay. You said you get kicked out of the palace. Oh well. You can't control an uncontrollable woman. You just never can. You can't control people that love their freedom. You can't. You can't control women, period. Not for long anyway. They're going to wake up eventually. You can't control what people do because that's your own insecurity. Like if you've ever been with a very controlling person, you'll find that they're very insecure. I can take these off now because I have these bright, bright lights on me, y'all. If y'all have ever come across someone that's highly controlling, they're very insecure. They're afraid of losing something or afraid of not having an influence over you. Okay. It takes a very strong, courageous, secure person to let you be exactly who you are and your full potential. It takes a very secure person or people to allow you to be exactly who you are meant to be, secure. When you are insecure, that is when you fear, that is when you make sure that you have a tight hold on something, that is when you make sure that you control someone or oppress someone to a degree to where if they step out of line, that they're put back in their place quickly before they can wake up or gain some type of individual thought on their own. And I feel that, now, a lot of women are waking up and not allowing oppression to be done by their families, their men, their government, their religion, their culture, or whatever, their jobs, and they're not taking it anymore. And that's exactly why I feel I made this video, because if enough women protest, wake up, put it online, the world will follow in your footsteps. The world will support you. The world will be on your side. There's not enough men in the world to cancel the culture of women, because they won't exist without us. There's not enough men in the world to, control women, because there's more of us. There's not enough men in the world to control how we think and what we want to wear. Okay. So just know that, and don't fall for the okie doke. Allow yourself to, make sure that you're living the life that you want. Do you think the hijab is oppression, like hijab is a problem woman? I think the men who enforce women to wear those are the problem. Because I feel like if you don't want to wear something, that is your choice. That's what I feel. So if a man says, I'm going to turn you in to the police for not wearing this, that's the problem. You see, if a man sees you without a hijab on and he doesn't say anything and he don't care, he minds his own business like he should be doing in the first place, and the woman wants to wear it, then we'll let her wear it. But I'm saying, if I had to wear it, I wouldn't. If I had the choice, I wouldn't. And I would not want women to walk around feeling like they don't have a choice in what they get to wear. So I feel like it's the insecure men who enforce those quote unquote morality laws that a woman should be covered and her head should be covered. I feel like if that's what they're doing, then they're insecure. They don't have nothing else better to do. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody out there getting robbed or beat up. You got to go pick on somebody that's not wearing something over their head. I mean, come on. It's the same thing as being harassed for walking down the street, minding your business. They're just, a lot of times people become quote unquote, law enforcement because they can't enforce nothing. They are very insecure. So what I feel is, sometimes just remove that stuff from your head. If you don't want to wear it, take it off. If you do want to wear it, that's your option. Wear it, but it shouldn't be enforced. You shouldn't die for not wanting to wear something. And like I said earlier, a woman shouldn't have to worry about if her daughter's going to make it home or okay because some man was insecure and turned her in and beat her for not wearing a hair covering. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I'm saying men are insecure, and that's where all this stems from. That's it. Insecurity in men. You said make him wear it. Exactly. And like, I'm not talking about any religion. I'm talking about the specific men who try to enforce and try to force somebody to do anything. Okay. So, in different parts of the world are different laws based on religion, based on culture. And so, therefore, if there are laws that enforce something or morality laws that enforce something, and men feel the need to continue to enforce it, and women don't have the freedom of choice not to wear something or not, that's the problem. Okay. I don't attack religion. What I'm saying is I'm not even religious myself. To me, religion is for those who accept it and who see value in it. Okay. But I feel like any religion that oppresses people is not a good religion for me. That's it. That's done. So people can, you know, choose what they want, believe what they want, and all that kind of stuff. But I feel that a woman shouldn't have to die because she didn't wear a piece of cloth over her head. That's it. All right. That's all. You said, but if your boyfriend or husband took offense to not wearing, would understand that he is insecure and worries that other women will get access to me, like he wants to be the only one to touch it. You know what? If a man wants to claim you as his property, tell him slavery is over. Okay. So that's a problem. I'm the only one that want to touch your hair. I- I'm the only one that wants to see you without that thing on. Well, I'm sorry. You ain't the only one, baby. And you will never be the only one because I live in the world with millions of people and they going to see me like I was created to be seen. Period. Okay? If God didn't want me to be seen, I'd be invisible. Why would what if y'all want to talk about religion and men, why would a man want a flower or a diamond or a gem that only he can see? He might as well have a piece of coal, a piece of lump. If you're gonna be all covered up, you might as well get the Cheetos out and start to eating. Don't dye your hair when it get gray. You might as well. He'll be the only one that see all of that. Level down up under there. That's what I do. Oh, you want to be the only one? Great. I'm finna level down. Where my house slippers at? Where my bonnet? Y'all might as well just go invest in bonnets. Y'all don't even have to wear that. Go get you a bonnet. It's a hair cover. Like if you weren't supposed to be seen by but only one person, you would be invisible and only be able to appear to that person. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting ready to let you control who see me and who don't. Like honestly, I'm the only one that want to touch you and see you like looking all your best, beautiful. Why? I'm supposed to be seen. That's why I look this way. Okay. That means when I'm out in public and you treating me wrong and somebody else with more money than you see me too, you're gonna be acting right. You're gonna start acting better. Okay, that's what they fear. That's what they fear. They fear that you could go get another one and they gotta treat you correct and act right. That's why I don't fall for the okey doke. Like, you know what? I'm gonna be seen, heard, and all of the above. If you have a problem with it, then I guess that means you need to improve. And meanwhile, you say he touching everybody else? Exactly. The audacity of some of these men, I tell you. I'm sorry, it's not a compliment to me. That was my rumba. Okay. You said men should not have any opinion. That's between the woman and God. If you weren't born with it and it doesn't do anything that, like, honestly, I feel like whatever your religion is, if you agree with it, you agree with it. If you don't, but it should not be enforced if you don't want to wear it. I definitely agree with that. So, and for those ladies who choose to wear head coverings, if at any time you felt like you didn't want to wear it anymore, you should literally, if you felt like at any time you don't want to wear this anymore over your head, you should literally be able to just take it off right where you are. You should literally be like this. You know what? It's hot. And I don't feel like wearing this today. Maybe I'll wear it tomorrow or never again. You should literally be able to do this. Like saying, I'm sorry, I don't feel like wearing this today. Maybe tomorrow or maybe not. That should be the amount of freedom that you have with yourself, with your religion, with your man, with whatever. If your religion, if you have to, If you have a relationship between you and your God or your religion and you feel guilty for not wearing a piece of cloth, that's also a form of oppression from a male deity. Okay? If your God is male and you feel guilty for not wearing it, it's the same thing. Okay? If it's hot and you feel like you got to wear something because a man told you to, whether the man is in the sky or in your house, it's still a problem because I'm not wearing it if I don't want to wear it. What about me? What about what I want? Hmm. You said Jesus Christ is the way. Well, last time I checked, he didn't tell nobody what to do. So I don't know. He could be his own way, go his own way. Y'all do what y'all want. But at the same time, if you follow if you follow what men want you to do, how will you ever know what you want to do? That's all I say. You said men get to feel the breeze on their scalp. Yes. You said try reading the Quran before you judge. If I read the Quran, I would just decode it and break down the metaphors and probably say that wearing a certain piece of cloth is literally a metaphor for something else and that it's not meant to be literal. So if I did read any religious books, I'm not going to read it in a literal text. I'm going to read it in the metaphor that it was meant to be read in. So that's why I have a different channel where I kind of break down and decode certain things because too many people are taking things literal that are supposed to be metaphor. And so I would never really read a religious text in order to convert or to understand it, but I would only read it to decode it. Okay. So I'm not really into religion, as y'all can tell. You said it's not literal, but hijab can act as a permission slip, like a force field. So swear. Well, I have an invisible force field, and it's not a hijab, but you can't see it. It's called an aura or an energy field or whatever. When y'all have those little ghost, uh, those infrared cameras, and you can see stuff, energy, heat and stuff. It's the same thing. So my energy field is not represented by a piece of cloth. So if that's what it feels, if that's what it represents as a physical manifestation of that, then that's fine. But if you know the science and the metaphor for all those things, then you won't really need that. The infra world, exactly. You said keep reading from the Bible. I don't read from any of those things. I just interpret it. Hmm. I don't really support any religion that oppresses women. So let's just say that. If your religion oppresses women, I'm not supporting it. I do like learning, but I'm not going to support a religion that oppresses women. That's it. If if it brings you comfort and spiritual ease and things like that, that's wonderful. But when you skip over parts and ignore certain parts, and then those parts come back to being forced upon you at a later date for not wearing a piece of cloth over your head, then that's where the problem lies. So until people are able to understand that some parts are religion and some parts that are looked over are literally enforced in some parts of the world, then I can't really claim that, I like any religion that oppresses women. I won't stand up for it. I won't be sympathetic for it. If you're still oppressing people in 2022, I feel like that's an outdated religion, honestly. So If your religion still oppresses women in any part of the world, it is outdated and needs to go away. Which it probably will, because once, like in about 100 years, there will be less religion anyway. So I'm not really worried about that. People are going to church less, going to mosque less, leaving religion behind. They're picking up different books to read, they're learning more, and they're voicing their own opinions. They're not allowing oppression to happen to them. They're not following a religion that oppresses them. And they feel more free and they're more educated, and they actually have more power over their own lives, and also their wealth has increased. So like if you look at some of the most religious countries in the world, they are also the most poor. So that's why I say, unless you own a mega church or you're the Vatican or your religion oppresses a group of people that you can use in order to advance your, finances, then guess what? For all power to them. But I don't support that. Mm-hmm. All right. We said y'all let men who lie and commit adultery tell you to do with your hair. Exactly. Any religious beliefs comparing women to goats and sheep? No, thank you. Exactly. But that religion stuff, all religion is outdated anyway. If you have to open a book and read about some ancient stuff, if you're not learning or decoding it or breaking down the metaphor of it or getting the science out of it, but you're sitting here trying to apply a lot of that stuff to modern times and literally go by what is there literally, then you're doing everything backwards. So, they're ancient texts to be studied and decoded, not to be literally followed from thousands of years ago. Okay. Right. I'm not telling y'all how to believe or nothing. I'm just saying why I don't. I don't do religion because of stuff like this. Like you could go home happy one day and trusting your religion and your family and your culture, and then the next day you're dead because you didn't wear a piece of cloth. I'm not gonna go for the. I'm not. That's not right. It's incorrect, and definitely needs to be abolished in all parts of the world. If you still like wearing, then great, but it should be optional, like I said. The fall of patriarchy is happening. Hmm. You said you used to wear the hijab. Why did you stop wearing? Culture and religion are the culture and the religion are two different things. You are correct. But a lot of people use religion to justify the culture. So that's also one part of it. Hmm. You said Shira is high. I don't do drugs, baby. I have these bright lights on me. And when I sit in front of camera for a long time, it kind of hurts your eyes being by all these lights. Like, I'll show y'all something. Y'all think I'll be high. Let me turn off all these lights. See what y'all get a bad, grainy experience. But I am surrounded literally by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 lights. 15 if you count that one. And they're all on me. It's hot and it's a lot of light. So I have to get the good sunglasses out. But y'all see how the grainy texture is because the camera quality and there's no light. This is why I have all those lights on me. But if y'all want me in the grainy texture, I'll take them off. Anyway, for those that want to see, I'll turn this back on. There we go. All right. You said Shira don't do drugs. I am drugs. Yeah, once you get a taste of me, it's over. It's addictive. All right. You said anything created by men will have flaws. Exactly. And guess who was not created by man? Women. All right. Um, that's who was not created by men. You said men, like for real, men think they birthed us. I know. That's like one of the other parts that I really don't like about certain cultures and religions is that they try to rule and dominate over the woman so hard that it becomes abuse. Like you can't go anywhere without a man, accompanying you. You can't drive. You can't do this. You can't disobey what a man tells you. You got to do what they say, even if they're younger than you. Do you know how fast that would not work in America, in our culture, in American culture? They would be laughed at, called all sorts of names. The law will be called upon them instantly. I mean, literally. You said it is happening in America, but not on a scale that is happening in so many other places. Like they will have to, suffer legal consequences here. So, what are my views on hijab? They should be very much optional. And if your life is in danger for not wearing one, no matter where you live in the world, um, then that's a huge problem, and I think it stems from the insecurity of men. That was my take on it. I don't feel like they should uh, mean life or death in some parts of the world. Hmm. You said they literally made and make insecurity and fear a competition, a religious and culture competition. Yeah. You said they should allow women the right to go without it if they aren't married, or even if they are married. I mean, since when does being married make you a slave? Honestly, if you have to control a woman that dang bad, she too good for you. She out your league if you worry about her when she leave the house, baby. No. The problem is y'all a lot of men aren't treating their woman the correct way. And so they fear that when she leaves the house, she gonna do better. Like in some cultures, the only time you wear a head covering or a veil is on your wedding day, and then it comes right off. Right. You said you stopped wearing hijab because you received less respect from Muslim than from Christian thugs on the street. There was no benefit to my physical safety with or without it. It's just a deterrent to people. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Right, but you have okay. Marriage isn't slavery, it's a business, profit, or stay single. Exactly. Because men don't follow religion for peace or God, they do it out of ego. Exactly. In your culture, you wear head coverings when you are in mourning. Okay. Every single religion is sexist looking back. Okay. You stand with the women in Iraq, good for you. Me too. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Um, you said the hijab is deterrent, and yes, a lot of Muslim guys in America are dusties. Sorry, but it matters what country they are from. Okay, right. Like honestly, if you choose to wear it, good. If you choose not to wear it, good. Choice, choice, choice. Exactly. Okay. Where does the hate for women come from? Our power. I believe, honestly, if you think about it, if you took a man and a woman and you gave them a job that does not require strength, physical strength, I think the woman would always outdo the man. You know what I'm saying? If you had them to create something, the man has the physical strength, the woman has the mental strength, and the creative strength. So I mean, they work best together. But if you want to overpower and oppress the other so you can shine, then you're never going to reach your full potential as a man anyway, because the woman is not able to express her creativity, her ideas, her beauty that inspires the world to create, um, and things like that. Because, like, face it, women inspire the world. There have been poems, epitaphs, stories, plays, buildings built in our honor about us. They have made people go out and, search for treasures, create things to bring us back, to make us happy, to honor, quote unquote, go out and, like in the old days, to go out and find food and gather it for your woman so you can get some. Women make the world go round, literally, and so with a request or a denial of something, we hold that power. And our beauty is what allows us to get it. Our curves, our hair. You don't have to be the most beautiful woman in the world, but your femininity allows you to get more accomplished in the world, because it is almost like a divine power that nobody else has but women. So they're afraid of that. They're afraid that, with how women can, wield this type of power, that they won't matter as men. They won't be able to accomplish what they want to accomplish as men. Women are always able to get their way more than a man because of our femininity and our feminine charm and our allure. So they take it away by covering it up, by telling us we're evil and that we're supposed to obey them and do all this other stuff that doesn't make any sense. And so when you start to realize who and what you are, and that you give birth to these creatures that try to oppress you, that something is a little bit backwards. And I always feel that, and I felt like, unless unless you can work together and as far as an understanding of each other and respect each other, then there's no need for oppression. This is why a lot of the dusties in our country are mad and saying, "Oh, women have equal rights, so we shouldn't have to pay for them anymore." And da 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 da. Right? Exactly. You don't have a dusty doesn't have to pay for you, but a man with money will pay for you. And this is what I'm talking about. The options. The options are available. So, for example, let's say you were married to a dusty husband, and you had to wear, you know, this over you when you go out every day. And let's say you had another option out there that wanted you, was going to do what you asked, give you whatever you wanted, but you had this, and you was covered. And your dusty husband sitting at home with his feet up, telling you what to do, broke as whatever, and all this cuteness and beauty is up under here, and you like, I'm going out. I'll be back when I get back. That's a threat. That's a threat. Now the man, he can say that. He can say, "I'm going out," and you don't care because he dusty anyway. Okay, that's the problem. You can get a bag with or without, but I'm just saying, you could, there's more options. There's more options. There you go. Open your options up. That's all I'm saying. Um, you was born and raised in Iran. Life was very difficult after the revolution. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I don't think I could live there. I think I would have to move too. They want to isolate women from society. That's not good. You said I look pretty with it on. And yeah, but I want to take it off sometimes too and not have to be judged. If I were having, I would never be in that religion, so it wouldn't matter anyway. So it would never be a part of my culture because I'm too crazy. But if I'm trying to be sympathetic and say, if that were me in another woman's shoes, I wouldn't wear it. Okay. hmm If you look at the ancient goddesses from that area in Iran, thousands of years ago, they did not cover themselves. In fact, they were very scantily dressed and ruling and were goddesses and worshipped. They weren't hiding, they weren't oppressed, and they were actually, held high. So I'm not understanding, I do understand the culture shift. They were a group and their religion overtook the area and they covered the women. So if I'm looking back at ancient culture and I'm seeing giant statues of beautiful goddesses with their hair flowing, and I'm looking at myself and I'm covered from head to toe being ruled and oppressed by a man when I was once a ruler, I'm not gonna fall for the okey doke. I'm gonna be like, no, thank you. I'm out of here, or I'm not following your rules anymore. Now, I do understand that, yes, when a group of people take over a certain land, their religion and their culture takes over as well. But don't claim the culture previously in that land of those great goddesses if you're not going to allow for women to also be great and not oppressed in your land. You know, that's it. That's all. How to get him back? Who found out you got your YouTube channel? I want to keep him, but he dislikes my channel. Girl, man, come and go. YouTube channels, I've been here for 10 years. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Unless he can replace everything that YouTube can bring you, plus more, tell him goodbye. If your YouTube channel is new and you ain't making no money, and you stand to make more money from him. A man should not be able to tell you what to do unless he can guarantee you something else, maybe open your own business or something in the physical world or an online business. If that's what you really want, then tell him to gift you with something else that is going to make you happy and fulfilled. But he can't take stuff away from you. Mhm. Okay. We don't have problems with broke men now. Good for y'all. All right. You said Iranian people out there willing to risk their lives for a bit of freedom, and some of you still on denial about oppression. Exactly. With Va M, I do commend all the women that are protesting, taking off, cutting hair off. I mean, so they don't have to wear head coverings. I'm definitely on your side, and I feel like y'all should continue to do that because it's a mess that people have to live in that oppression. I don't care. I'm not blaming religion. I'm not blaming anything. I'm blaming whoever keeps oppressing women. But whatever that is, whatever it could be linked to religion, culture, all of that. Maybe it's all intertwined into each other in a certain part of the world. I don't know. But whatever it is, it does not need to be anymore. And I think whoever is brave enough to stand up for themselves should have support of other women. Even if you don't agree with not wearing one, you should still support women because they're women and they should have the choice to wear it or not. hmm But it lets your man shine. If he can't shine with me standing next to him, then he ain't shining. If he can't shine with me next to him without wearing something on my head, then he doesn't shine anyway. Not compared to me. You know what I'm saying? There you go. If he can't shine next to me, he don't need to be next to me. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Women have a right to take off hijab, but burning it is kind of disrespectful to those who choose to wear it. One extreme going another. Um, if a symbol makes you uncomfortable, brought you oppression and great pain, and in order to release that, burning it for your own psychological mental health, then let them burn it. It's only disrespectful to other people that wear it if they find disrespect in it and try not to understand the other person's point of view. So if you want to burn it because it brings bad memories to you of oppression, then you should be able to also burn that. Yes. If someone finds it disrespectful that you're burning something, it's because they didn't have the same experience. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think a lot of people can understand who didn't go through something similar, but that freedom should also be allowed to other people if that's what's going to help them, move on. That's how I feel. Like it's not going to hurt you at all. It's not going to do anything to hurt someone else to allow somebody to release their anger or whatever it is by burning a piece of fabric. It's not going to hurt you physically or mentally. hmm How many of you would wear it if none told you to? Nobody, unless they just didn't feel like doing their hair. But then you could always wear a wig or a hat. You said when you took it off, men started holding the door open for you. They saw you as more feminine. No more baggy, loose, ugly clothing for me. Get free. Exactly. And I notice a lot of women who wear all that baggy clothing and head coverings, they're more masculine in how they act too. Like their voices are deeper. A lot of them, not all of them. They're more masculine when they walk. You know, a lot of the ladies are also feminine, but a lot of them are also very masculine under all that because they don't get to show their femininity. They don't know what it feels like to act, walk, and talk and be feminine in the public eye because they're covered. And part of being feminine is being seen. Part of being feminine is being admired. Part of being feminine is being able to show off your beauty. And when you can't do that, you don't feel feminine. You feel gender neutral. And so you start acting less feminine, you know? It's like literally an obstacle in a lot of ways. hmm You're going to football game. How do you dress? Girl, I don't know. Does he play football? Or are y'all gonna be in a box? So I'm not going. Y'all got a skybox? You know the owner? You know what I'm saying? I don't like sport dates. I hate sports dates. I would never go on a sports date unless I know somebody who playing. I'm in a box or you know the owner. I don't like sports. You know what I'm saying? But I guess if you're gonna wear anything, dress casual because it's not a dressy atmosphere, baby. You can dress cute if you want. You're gonna have a lot of stairs to walk. But I'll be like, I'll catch you after the game. You start going to one, he gonna drag you to all of them. Sure, how do I seduce your boss? Look good. Pretty much it. If he doesn't, all these sexual harassment laws these days, he probably scared her. All right. Men's view on women says a lot about his state of consciousness. Only less evolved men hate on women. Exactly. Um, you said you don't need to show yourself only to husband. Well, what if you're not married? Or what if your husband is acting stupid? You telling me a woman don't have a right to show herself to the rest of the world when she wants to? It's your choice. Yeah, I'm gonna show myself to the rest of the world so he can keep acting right. That's how you do it. You keep acting right. You said honestly, not showing is a kink. I don't even know what that means. Um, some women seek male validation and see themselves as better than other women because of what the men tell them. If they're not telling me that there's money in my account and that I can go do with it what I want, or that I can do what I want, then they're not telling me anything. Okay. That's how I feel about like, no, you're not gonna tell me what to do unless I can tell you what to do. It has to go both ways. If you're gonna tell me what to wear, I'm telling you what to wear. You might not like the outfit I pick out. Okay. There you go. You said men are getting pleasure out of imposing these things on their wives, and maybe she likes it too. Um, that should only be in the bedroom as a game, but not in real life. You know what I'm saying? If she can't walk out wearing what she want, when she want, how she want, and he not acting right, and he's in other women's inbox and all that kind of stuff, she should be able to do whatever she wants. And she should have keep her options open too, because this is like a lot of times um, when women submit that hard to a man, it's almost as if she has no more personality or freedom for her own mind. It's like, I don't care what you want. You are a whole different person than me. And if you like me and you love me, then you're gonna like everything that I want to do and allow me to be who I am, be myself, and show exactly, the gifts and all the things that I've been given, the beauty or whatever. You're not gonna be insecure, and you're just gonna accept that and not try to use any type of reasoning, religion, culture, or kink or whatever to try to control me. You're just gonna accept me, and that's going to be that. If you feel any other sort of way, I know it's literally insecurity. So I mean, that's how I'm going to feel. I will definitely break down that psychology around any type of games. I hope the situation there will be better. Yes, it's just so messed up these days. Yes, it is. Um. Hmm. You said hijab is not for a whore. It's for feminine, beautiful, sexy plus sexy person. So if you wore one and took it off, does that make you a whore? And the last time I checked, whore is not a bad word. They're still human beings with rights who also still deserve to live. Okay. And who should have the option to wear what they want and take off any head covering if they choose. You know what I'm saying? So it's comments like that that make it oppressing. So now if I don't want to wear one, I'm already then they need to get a t-shirt and print horror on it and take that crap off and shave their head. Then that's all y'all need to do. Whatever people throw at you as disrespect, take it, turn it around, flip it, and use it as a symbol of your power. Okay. What they gonna do with a word if it doesn't mean what it means anymore? If you take the power back. Yeah, yeah, shoot, yes, they're not gonna pay y'all. Okay. They're not gonna label y'all because y'all can wield power over men and get their money. They're not gonna do that. So embrace your power. Do that you know what that word really means? It means you can get what you want from a man through your femininity. Okay? That's what it means. It means a man will bend over backwards to get some from you in exchange for some money that his wife ain't gonna get. That's what it means. It means that you can't wield power over someone by labeling them something if it does not mean anything negative to them anymore. So if the word whore doesn't mean anything negative to you anymore, embrace it. Put it on a t-shirt, wear it, shave your head, and take off your head covering and walk around like you don't care and you stay unbothered. And then what are they gonna do? What else are they gonna call you if that doesn't bother you? Trash, whore, all this type of stuff. But you still want me. But you still want it. You still worried about it. You still trying to control it. You still want a piece of it. You still can't control yourself around it. So now what? Are you a lover of horrors? you know, and also, it doesn't mean that you're an actual whore. It just means that that's what they want to tell you to make you rethink coming out from under their oppression. You know what I'm saying? You can call me whatever you want. You ain't gonna call me stupid, and you ain't gonna call me oppressed. Okay? You're not gonna call me anything if I don't answer to it either. So you said you got to write a book. He said just like the N word, exactly. The N word was taken, flipped, made into slang, and people say it to each other, and as terms of endearment now, and it doesn't mean, you know, it doesn't hold as much power as it once did. But at the same time, people still don't like to hear it. It is an insult, especially if it's said by certain people in a certain way. But when it comes to male and female, you can call me whatever you want, but you're never gonna call me stupid or oppressed or broke. Okay. So, with freedom, with less oppression, with women doing what they want and not being tricked into doing something that does not serve them in a way that they could be served, is also, a form of oppression when women choose. They don't even know that they don't have an option. They just say, well, I wear it because of this and I wear it because of that. But if it was never introduced to you, if you are born of a different culture or a different religion, and you were looking at it from the outside, you wouldn't want to wear something that you felt oppressed by either, you know? So it just depends on the perspective. A lot of people wouldn't want to wear something that they felt was a symbol of oppression. Like a lot of the world who is not, who don't wear head coverings or are not familiar with certain religions, their perspective may be ignorant. But I'm trying to tell y'all, it looks like oppression. You can make any excuse and you can explain how it's not oppression. It looks like oppression. It looks like male dominated oppressive society. That's all I'm saying. You can make any excuse as to why you do A, B, C, and D, but what it looks like is male oppression. That's all. If you may have 1,000 reasons why you do something and you don't feel oppressed and you like it and you do it for this reason or that reason, but what it looks like is male oppression. So that's the point that I wanted to get across. That's what it looks like. And when a group of women are viewed from many parts of the world who are not familiar with their religion or their culture or why they wear certain things, they view you as weak. They view you as oppressed. They view you as a victim. So a lot of times when they view you as oppressed and as a victim and that you're submissive to the men, they don't feel like you even have the right to even express how you feel or say what you really want because you live in fear. So if you are living if you are, looking from the outside, it looks like you're controlled. And women have so much potential, and that's why other women get so upset and want to help and promote these types of issues and things like that, because we know you have more to offer to the world. Your potential is so much bigger than what you are, quote unquote, being allowed to express. And we almost see it as like a tragedy. I'm just speaking from my own opinion. I see it as a tragedy. Like, I don't feel good until all women feel good. I don't feel free until all women feel free. That's the whole reason I started this channel. You know, I don't feel like I should be the only one out during the daytime shopping for stuff instead of all the way, like I don't feel like I should be the only one living a certain type of lifestyle. I feel other women need to be living the lifestyle that they want to live too. Now, we're not all going to get there at the same exact time, but if you're on the path, if you're on the level up, then you're on the level up. But I don't feel comfortable in a world where I go to sleep at night knowing somebody getting killed and dragged for not wearing a piece of cloth over their head. You know, I don't feel right in a world where people can't travel to certain countries and lands because of how they look, what they think, and who they choose to be with. Like there are certain people I can't even travel with because of the country's laws that are quote unquote so old that they no longer even make sense at all. You know, um, like there are certain places I can't even travel because if I show a leg or an ankle, I'm gonna be thrown in jail or something. I can't go. I can't do that. I gotta scratch stuff off my bucket list and replace it with something else. Right? He said, learn the laws of the country, see how men have protected their sex from our body capabilities. Right. Like if I gotta cross you off my bucket list of places to travel because your women don't have equal rights, y'all need to level up. Okay. We just gotta cross a whole region out. Then that's a shame. Y'all losing money. It is like literally. Can't go there. Nope. Cross that out. Nope. I know. Just look at it online. You can't go there. You can't go there. Don't even bother. Oh, right. Because even if you did abide by the rules and you saw a woman being slapped around on the street in a different country and you can't do nothing about it, like I would be like, I can't, I gotta go. Or I'd be secretly filming it and making videos on it or something. Like, look how they treat these women over here. I can't do this. And you know, it's not it's not that abuse is not all over the world. It's that they can't it's not that abuse is not everywhere. Everybody probably has been abused at some point or been abused by somebody or know somebody. But the fact that you can't do anything about it is the problem. The fact that you can't enforce the law about it is the problem. Okay? So that's how I feel about it. I don't like if it's not equality, it's about but harmony. We need double standards. What? It's not really about equality, it's about respect. Like if you like honestly, if you like it's like this. I'm just going to use this as an example. If you have something, this is how they explain it, and it's a bad cover up for insecurity. You have something so precious, you just want to guard it and make sure you're the only one. And no, you insecure, you don't want nobody else looking at it because you ain't gonna do what it takes to keep it. That's what I feel. That's exactly what they're saying. Oh, it's a precious thing. We want to shield it, and the wife is only for the husband's eyes. Why? Why? Because you don't like competition? Because you don't want to stay doing what you're supposed to do in the household? Because you don't want to treat her correctly? Because if another man sees her, he will take her away from him if she want to go? Is that the truth? All right. So don't like the okey doke is over, y'all. Don't bring this precious jewel up. Don't bring this precious treasure up. That's called insecurity. You can explain it however way you want. You can shut the lady up from talking on the news and butt in. You can do all of that. But guess what? We know your little pee and your little insecurities is what is making you act that way. You can't take competition. Stay single. That's all I'm gonna tell y'all. The value of a woman is loyalty and not monkey branching. The value of a woman is what she creates herself. Okay. A dog is loyal. Okay. Are you equating the same value of a dog to a woman? A woman can be disloyal and still be valuable. Okay. Oh, QWQ, sprinkle, sprinkle. A woman could go out and do whatever she want, come back home, and still be more valuable than a man. Don't forget that. Just like a man can go out and cheat, as he probably does, and he still thinks he has value. So why can't a woman have value if she's unloyal as well? Okay. I don't care what they say. I know what I think. And as long as you can keep thinking and you have your freedom of speech and thought and not be controlled by some brainwashing, then definitely stay thinking. Don't accept crap that doesn't feel right with you. Okay. If a woman's value is her loyalty, then go get a dog and call it a day. Because I know I'm more valuable than my loyalty. Okay. Oh, heartburn, hippie, sprinkle, sprinkle. Dusty just came back and made man for 2,000 a month. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Get your money, girl. It was only a matter of time, wasn't it? Okay. You said tell it loyal equals doormat. Exactly. If loyalty means that much to certain people, they need to go get pets. Okay. Something that depends and laps at them when they get home at the door. Okay. That's a pet. If you can't have a relationship without enforcing or oppressing a woman, you don't have a relationship. You got a pet. Think about it. You got a pet. You don't have a relationship. Okay. Now I'm not going to talk about this much longer. I'm supporting the women who are cutting their hair and taking off the hijab, and also condolences for the family of the lives or the many lives that are lost over senseless insecurities of men who want to control women in all parts of the globe. I hope y'all wake up and take over like y'all supposed to, women. And in all of this silliness. Okay. And know your true power. If you didn't have power, they wouldn't oppress it. Okay. Remember that. No one pays attention to anyone that's insignificant. No one finds you threatening if you are insignificant. If you don't have power, they won't even be bothered with you. They wouldn't even care if your hair was uncovered or not. They wouldn't even care. They know that beauty, femininity, divine femininity is very powerful. And if not controlled, will take over. Okay. We all remember that. And if you choose to do whatever you choose to do, that's up to us. We should all have options and free will. But what we shouldn't be is oppressed for being exactly what we are and what we were made to be. Okay. So I'm going to let y'all go. Sprinkle, sprinkle, everyone. You said hijab is to protect women from other women who she thinks she is. No, it's not. Y'all can make up any excuse. Hijab is so y'all don't have to do more. Y'all are so silly. They're gonna try to make up any excuse. Say every time I go out and I'm looking good. If women look and they admire, they get inspired. You know, they might not be inspired by this ugly look today, but when I'm looking my best, they're inspired to make themselves look good. And if they're not inspired, and if they are saying, "Who does she think she is?" they're still secretly inspired to do better. Okay. And who they think they are is whoever they are. That's exactly right. said gaslighting Dusty's in the comments. He said Western ladies are oppressed. Yes, we are oppressed by dusty, broke men until we realize that we can have options and have more than one and get more and do better. Okay. That's why a lot of women sitting here married with a sugar daddy, just broke up with a dusty, whatever. We have options. Okay. We might be oppressed in your eyes, but at least we can walk around looking how we want, when we want, how we want. And we have the freedom to stand up for ourselves and cuss out a man in public if we feel like it. Call the police on us. Call the police on him if he try to do something crazy. File child support on him. Leave his dusty butt. Do whatever we got to do. He- you know, like that's our freedom. We're allowed to be crazy. Okay, American women are allowed to be crazy and do what they want. And we don't expect all women to be crazy and do what they want, but we do want y'all not to feel like y'all can't leave the house and not feel guilty or oppressed for not wearing a certain thing. That's it. And how, men try to control you. I don't like that. I don't like seeing that. hmm You said we're being righteous. Well, if righteous means being oppressed, I don't want to be righteous. I want to be free. I'll be free, y'all be righteous, baby. There's a difference. Who are you being righteous for? That's the question you should be asking. Who who are you being righteous for? You or a man? You know who I'm being righteous for? Who I'm being free for? And who I'm doing who decides what's righteous and what's not righteous? That's the point. So my morals may be different from some other morals. And righteous to me means being free. And righteous to other people means following some rules that were there before they were born and that were created by men. So, who are you being righteous for? That's the question you should be asking. If you're being righteous for yourself and what you feel and what's best for you, then more power to you. But if you're being righteous for a man, and if you're getting paid, if you have no worries and wants and you love the life you live, then more power to you. But if you feel oppressed and you don't want to live a certain way, you want more freedom and you want to cuss a man out when you feel like it without being, threatened with your life, then you should be also able to do that. Right. hmm They're doing it for the same reason Pygmisha is doing it. Exactly. Like I don't want to label certain people Pygmishas because if you're born into something and brainwashed into something, you don't know any better. You're going to defend it with your life until you wake up. And a lot of women are waking up and they're saying no more. I'm done. I'm done abiding by laws that were made to favor men. I'm done abiding by oppression that is meant to keep me from reaching my full potential. I'm done from doing all of that stupid crap, and I'm done. And a lot of women will say, I'm fine doing this, and they will continue to do that. And then there's going to be the in between. There's always the in between who are, on both sides, who are like, you know what, I'm going to wear this thing because it's getting me paid. But I don't agree with anything about it. I think it should be, a thing of the past, and it doesn't make any good sense to me. And that, like, you can have your own opinion and still do something if it's benefiting you. So I always preach that do what's best for you as an individual, but also you got to think about your future generations and is it going to benefit them? Yes or no? Teach them um, what it is to have, what they need in this world, how to be free, how to say what they want and not be oppressed. You said you never take men seriously. Exactly. Like we don't. Like a lot of women do not take men seriously. And we don't hate men, we just don't take them seriously because a lot of men aren't able to be taken seriously, especially when the woman is more mature and more experienced and doing a lot more than some of these guys out here. They can't take them seriously. Oh, I storm sprinkle sprinkle. Your family's Muslim, been brainwashed by your whole life. Oh, well, so sorry, but I think all religion is brainwashing. So, not just picking on any particular religion. I think all religion is brainwashed. Sprinkle sprinkle. Appreciate y'all. You said don't hate men here. I don't hate men. Shoot, men pay my bills. Sprinkle sprinkle. uh, Got to make sure you understand. It's not about hate. It's about why. Why it's the question. Why do men want to oppress women? Or what are they afraid of? It's not about healing. It's not about wanting to hate. What are men afraid of? Why can't they just let a woman be? Why y'all feel like y'all got to control something all the time? You said all of you ladies would die to have a Muslim husband. Actually, someone like a lot of people asked, "Would you convert?" And I said no. I would never convert. So I would just be like, I'm sorry. It's going to have to pass that up because I don't believe in your religion. And I would be a hypocrite to marry someone if I'm not going to respect their religion. You know, like a lot of men may feel like, okay, well, a woman should convert to the religion that they're marrying into, but I would never convert to any religion in order to marry. Okay, they would leave their religion. Okay, that's how it would have to be. Like, if you want to marry me, you have to leave your religion. It's not going to be the other way around, darling. So that's how I feel about it. You said uncultured women are chaotic. Yes, we are chaotic. And if you can't handle chaos, then you can't handle women. Because that's what we are. We'll get you correct. From chaos comes order. Right? You said too many hoes, I guess. And you looking at all of them and all up in their inboxes. Okay. Too many hoes. See, men are so hypocritical that they will call you a hoe and go call a hoe. Right after they call you a hoe, they're gonna go call a hoe. They're gonna be like, hoe, call my hoe. That's why you can't take them seriously. Because they'll be like, you're just a hoe. You're just a whore. Hey babe, what you want? So you can't take them seriously. And why should you? Okay, so that part hoes get paid exactly. So the H word or the W word is not a bad word anymore. It's just because you're gonna go call one after you call a woman one, you finna go call one anyway. So it doesn't matter. Y'all need to think about that. Like, men, y'all's insults are no longer insults. Y'all got to get more intelligent with your insults. You got to get more, you know, savvy because y'all's insults aren't insulting anymore. You said they are the real hoes. They're not real because they ain't getting paid. Ain't nobody paying their bills. Don't give them that. Don't give them that title. Look, they can't even really be a hoe. They can be something else. They can't be that. All right. Who hurt y'all women? Actually, oppression, male oppression or attempted male oppression hurt a lot of women around the globe. But now that they're waking up and not falling for the okey doke, they're just fine. Okay. There you go. He said, "What do you mean you are chaotic?" All women are chaotic. I mean, think about it. Have you ever met a woman who was calm, collected, and non-reactive to anything you've ever done? As much as you've pushed and pushed and pushed, eventually they're going to react, and it will be chaos. So be prepared. That's why you shouldn't. That's why you shouldn't oppress women or make them upset because they will take a certain thing for a long time, and when they finally decide to react, it will be very chaotic, and you won't be able to handle it. So that's the result of oppressing women. It will backfire always, as it is, as it always will. You said men need to dominate these bills. Exactly. That's the only thing y'all need to dominate. Paying these bills. Sparkle, sparkle. All right. An angry woman is a dangerous woman. Exactly. Y'all make a whole group of women angry and it's over. Um, Grown men on a level up femininity channel is giving material world. Y'all are silly. Ice storm, sprinkle, sprinkle. Same men call us hoes worship porn stars. Of course they do. Because let me tell y'all something. Whatever a man tries to call you to make you feel insecure is what makes him feel insecure. So think about that. Don't ever let any don't ever let a man make you feel insecure because that's what oppression is already for. If they keep trying to oppress you even more and you fall for it, then it's your fault, you know. So know your real power. Know why men want to control and oppress you because you are very powerful. And when I say very powerful, I mean you can have whatever you want. Your femininity, your charms, just being a woman in general. You're good. How do you feel about men go their own way? When they do decide to go their own way, let me know. I mean, they can talk about it, but are they really about it? When they get there, let me know when they get there. Um, you said chaos is our power. Exactly. You said after watching this channel, you keep your woman in check. Thanks for the tip. Well, good luck to y'all. Keep your woman in check if you have to keep her somewhere. But remember, it's not gonna be like that forever. She's gonna wake up one day and you're gonna be in trouble. Okay. All right. Is there a balance being mean and feminine to a man? Um, I think there are standards, and if they're not being met or taken seriously, then you're wasting your time anyway. So it's best to just let it be. So being mean and being feminine to a man, if they're not listening to you, if they're not meeting your standards and they don't understand nice, that's when you get a little mean. So balance it by giving them a chance by being nice. And if they don't hear you, if they don't listen, if they don't respond correctly, then you bring out the meanness. But always give them a chance to do the right thing first. Then you become evil. All right. Thank you, Miss Shear, for being the mother you never had. Sprinkle, sprinkle, girl. I'm the mother you never had. You have a mother somewhere, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. But I see the advice that I give may differ. They talk trash about hoes, but turn around and call up gold digger hoes, begging them for love and attention. Exactly. That's why I don't take them seriously. You can't ever take anybody seriously who turns around and does the opposite. All right. There's mothers not teaching their daughter that. Well, a lot of mothers just are too busy, or they don't see the value in it, or they forget. And so, thankfully, there's people out there that are willing to take the time, energy, and effort to, give this message to whoever receives it. hmm I'm getting ready to go. Thank y'all for clicking that like button. Y'all hit the like button. I see a lot of y'all clicked it. Thank you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm getting ready to go. Make sure that if you have not heard, I did post the story as a video on my community section on this channel, um, about the 22-year-old um, that was killed in Iran for not wearing her hijab. Am I saying it correct? Um, and how women are protesting by cutting off their hair and not wearing it anymore, and standing up to the oppression of men in that country. And I totally support them, and I just want them to know that. More power to you. May more women follow in your footsteps in changing the world and creating a safe place for women to be without feeling like they are oppressed or threatened. And hopefully, a lot of women will, you know, watch this video and bring awareness to things like that. Okay. I'll see y'all on the next one.